Welcome to Arcane the Brewcast. Cool. Easter Bunny came?
Hell no, Daddy-o. Big Papa Tube slipped this into our birdie bucket while we were busy honking bobos last night.
Cool. Bobos? Well, neat. Anyway, big thanks to everyone who subscribed to our channel in the past few weeks. It's a delight and an honor to have this many people watching our videos. We'll try to make them worth watching. Welcome to Arcane the Brewcast. I'm Jamie, your Arcane brewer.
And I'm Jake, your Arcane engineer.
Since we're at over 30 subscribers, we're going to celebrate by picking a subscriber-submitted idea. And since it's Easter, we're going to be brewing with Easter candy, because of course we are. We're going to be making a mead with Peeps.
Marshmallows are a sweet, edible, stabilized foam. They're a foam because they're a solid that contains pockets of air, and they're a stabilized foam because they keep their form when set, instead of bubbling apart. There are 5 ingredients commonly used. Sucrose, in the form of table sugar, provides a sweetness. Corn syrup is added for a smoother texture. It accomplishes this by reducing crystallization in the sugar during the cooking process. The water isn't added directly, but comes from the corn syrup, which is about 25% water, and the preparation of gelatin provides the rest. The air is introduced through whisking, and if you don't think air is an ingredient, try making a marshmallow in the vacuum of space, cadet.
Sir, yes sir!
At ease. Gelatin is our stabilizer. It provides a scaffolding upon which the marshmallow is formed, trapping the rest of our ingredients in its contracting tendrils of amino acids.
Marshmallows are called marshmallows because they once used boiled marshmallow root as stabilizer instead of gelatin. Most gelatin is extracted from the collagen in animal bones, skins, and tendons. There are also non-animal gelatins like agar, which is made from seaweed. But as far as I know, the gelatin in Peeps is regular old bone jelly. In brewing, gelatin is used to clarify a beverage after fermentation. First, you heat a small amount of water, thoroughly dissolve the gelatin into the water, and then pour it into your carboy. All the leftover particles and bits still in suspension will bind to the gelatin and fall to the bottom of the carboy where they'll get left behind. This is a mead we've already made ahead of time, an orange blossom mead with chocolate. Let's see how the gelatin affects it. Adding gelatin very early in fermentation, as we are by adding all these marshmallows, can have some negative effects. Gelatin can bind to yeast that is still active and pull it out of suspension, impairing its ability to ferment. It can also make it more difficult for yeast to get to the nutrients they need to stay healthy and make more of themselves. We're putting an extreme amount of gelatin in our mead, and it could very well delay or halt our fermentation altogether. The gelatin has caused a lot of the sediment in our chocolate mead to get pulled down to the bottom, although there is also still a bit of it floating on top. But the middle is pretty clear. We'll have to follow up on this guy again in a few weeks once we're done carbonating in the keg. To start with, we have 55 yellow chicky Peeps. Like the conversation hearts, these Peeps are mostly just sucrose and dextrose. As we already covered, they also have a great deal of gelatin. I've also got this bag of marshmallows that's just kind of been hanging around in my pantry for a while, and I kind of feel like using it up, so I'm gonna toss that in too. Now, I'm far from the first person to brew with Peeps. So, first of all, credit to Mr. The Awesome 6000 of Our Prison Hooch, the most recent I've seen on Reddit. Also thanks to Desultory Brewing, who made a Bochet mead with Peeps, which is what we're doing here today. He made a cool video about it, and the link is in the description, so check it out. Instead of regular honey, we're going to add 2 pounds of this stuff, which claims to be a honey syrup. It has more corn syrup, dextrose, in it than honey, and it has a vaguely burnt flavor, almost closer to pancake syrup than honey. But it was extremely cheap, and I think that burnt sugar flavor is perfect for what I'm going to do to it. We pour the honey syrup into the pot and begin to boil it. Today, we're making Bochet. Bochet is mead made from honey that's been caramelized by boiling it. That boils off all of honey's aromatics, but some find they get a toasted marshmallowy flavor from the boiled honey. We'll let it caramelize for a little while, then come back and add the Peeps. Sugar expands when it's heated, so whenever you're making a Bochet, you want to make sure you have a pot that is significantly larger than what you think you need. go for double or more the volume. Because I don't know who needs to hear this, but molten hot sugar is really bad to have on your skin. It's a really bad time. Don't do it. Marshmallows expand even more as they boil, so we've got an extra big pot for safety's sake. As the sugary mess scorches and chars, we're going to get the full campfire marshmallow flavor profile. And we're not just toasting the marshmallows, we're burning them. Those big smoky bubbles are a hallmark of a Bochet brew. They're very fun to watch rise and pop, in a slightly terrifying kind of way. Let's watch for a minute. Once these peeps have been cooking for a while, it's time to add water. I've heated some water to close to boiling on the side, and we'll start with a ½ gallon. The peeps are getting pretty crispy at this point, so we want to pour in the water to try and dissolve them a little and break them off of the pot. While I'm cooling down the Peeps, I also toss in this can. It's a Peeps flavored Pepsi, or as it obviously should be called, Peepsy. I'll give them credit for this. They sure managed to make Pepsi taste a lot like marshmallow. Anyway, into the mead it goes. By the time the Peeps are done boiling, I realized that I forgot to add all those marshmallows, so I'm going to heat them up on a pot on the side.
I feel like I'm filming a snuff film. Just letting this fucking pot get burned.
I chuck in the whole bag and let them melt. Once I'm done ruining all of my kitchen's pots, it's time to put this in the carboy. Our gravity is up to a syrupy 1.101, which should result in a decently strong mead, if the yeast manages to fight through all that gelatin. I'm using 71B wine yeast this time around, because it's what I had left in my fridge. I way overfilled this carboy, as I usually do, so I've got a blow-off hose on it, but I think this one's going to turn out particularly messy, so let's watch. For the first day, it's pretty slow. Looks like the yeast is really fighting through that gelatin. But before long... Yep, I may have gone too far with minimizing the headspace this time. A lot of that yeast has nowhere to go but up into the blow-off hose. I kind of feel bad for all the yeast who make the long journey through this blow-off hose, just to find out that the promised land is full of sanitizer. The airlock continues to pop off again and again as the bung is clogged with burnt chunks of marshmallow. This has been a messy fermentation, and there's still a long ways to go. We'll check back on it on a future episode. We attempted to make our own Peeps, but it didn't go so well.
We had to substitute some ingredients, and it didn't go so well.
It didn't go so well. Now, though we didn't get Peeps out of that, we did get an experimental batch of wine. We'll have to show you how that went in another video. But we still wanted to eat Peeps, because Easter. So, we have some Peeps here.
Every flavor available at the Dollar Tree.
Let's start with the original Peeps. Marshmallows coated in sugar. It almost feels wrong to eat these without bloating them in the microwave and watching them deflate first.
Very sweet. Sugar on the outside gives a nice granular texture to it.
Party cake Peeps. I think the main hook is the kind of funfetti look. Okay. Yeah, you get the vanilla frosting, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit of vanilla. It's actually less sweet than the original Peep, I think.
I think I agree, yeah. Cotton candy Peeps. I mean, you can't get more sugar flavored than cotton candy, right? Cotton candy is just sugar.
So far, I've noticed all of the ones we've had that aren't the original have the same color on the inside as the outside.
You're right. It does taste like a different sugar.
Yeah.
We're 3 Peeps deep. It's a lot of sugar. Sparkling wild berry. And you can smell, there is a distinct...
Oh yeah, even before you pass it.
Just being near them.
It's got a little bit of kind of a citric acid, maybe a little bit, just a little sourness that really balances well with the sweetness.
Sour watermelon. Ooh.
Yeah, these guys got some nice contrasting colors on their inside.
Yeah, just like a watermelon. Green on the outside, red on the inside. That's actually good.
Yeah.
These are actually good.
Same thing as the wild berry ones, you know, that little bit of sour twang is just...
But they went deeper into it.
Yeah.
There's like a little bit more tartness, and you can tell some citric acid has been blended with the powdered sugar coating on the outside. That's my favorite. They only gave us one of this guy. Chocolate coated Peep. Oh! Yellow marshmallow. Mmm. That is not like any of these. But the thing I'll note foremost is the marshmallow inside is not regular Peep.
No, it's not. It's less sweet than the regular Peep marshmallows. Texture is a little creamier. And I've never been a fan of chocolate-covered marshmallows, but if that's your thing, you might like it.
And here we have these just straight up not Peeps. Gummies that are flavored like Peeps. Which I kind of think is fascinating because Peeps barely have a flavor. It's sugar. It's sugar, corn syrup, and gelatin.
Grab one of each color. I think they all taste the same, probably.
I have to imagine. Different color Peeps taste the same. Kind of light vanilla.
Sweet, sugary, a little bit of vanilla. Nice gummy texture. I could eat, I could snack on these.
These guys right here, I would eat them outside of Easter. This is an actually good candy. I don't know what to do with that information, because I don't know if you can find them outside of Easter, but sour watermelon Peeps, legit. Before we finish up, I do want to thank Mom Rock for the use of their song Conversation in the intro. It's a really good song, and if you've gotten tired of jumping back 40 seconds to listen to that intro again and again and again, you should know there's another 2.5 minutes of that song, and it's all really good. So please, click the link in the description, listen to Conversation, listen to the rest of Mom Rock's discography. They're great.
Also, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any ideas what you want to see us brew next, hit us up in the comments. We might brew your idea in a future episode.
One more sour watermelon for the road?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we're never going to use this pot again.